So when you ready?
All right, we ready?
Ready? Yeah. It's your boy Bully, bitch. You know what it is, man. Mixtape Bully. Matter of fact, Navoa, aka Mixtape Bully. Hood politics. We in the hood right now. As you can see, niggas is out here doing what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we out here.
Chilling. Man, getting it swollen out. Man, be easy. It's hood politics with Mixtape Bully, yeah. So, you know what it is, my G.
Yo, everything's good?
Everything is great and beautiful, man. You know, the mixtape coming out, Road to Prediction, you know what I mean, hosted by DJ On Point and DJ Casino. Got that getting ready to come out. Joint with you, you know what I mean? Ah, big dog, you know what I mean? See, it's hood politics.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Don't forget that Mixtape Bully season getting ready to drop too, man.
Yep.
Look out for that exclusive, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm on there, definitely. My man Be Easy on there, you know what I mean? Just came home, got them bars, you know what I mean? That's what it is, man. It's hood politics. A lot of good things going on right now. This weekend, got a drink, you know, Little Kim. She's doing a tour, so the boy is definitely on deck, you know what I'm saying? Opening up for an Albany, you know what I'm saying? Opening up for big homie Rick Ross, and you know, I'm just grinding. Grind time, you know what I'm saying? I just did, you know, Sub-Zero, just hosted a showcase with him. DJ Exotic just did a joint with her, you know what I mean? Showcase with her Monday. So I'm just banging out, you know what I'm saying? It's all about grinding. The more you grind, the more you work, the more everything comes out, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is, it's hood politics.
Of course, of course.
Game is a politic, you know?
Oh, all day.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you basically get down? Are you still like, are you officially with D Block and everything? Like you actually signed with them, or you just affiliated with them?
I was the only one signed. If you see, like, you know.
Okay.
I embedded it in ink. You know what I'm saying?
All right. We're gonna get close up on that shit.
Only one.
Yep.
Officially, only one.
Only one.
Only one that's out.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Everybody else is affiliated, whatever. But you know, it is what it is.
And how'd that come about for those who don't know?
Those who don't know, like, niggas grew up there. You know. Luch used to live over there, the first floor. Kiss was on the other side of the building and everything, and Styles was on the grocery or whatever. And just like, you know, it wasn't a regular, you from the hood, you get put on. You know what I mean? When they signed the Bad Boys, it was more of, you gotta grind. What you do, it was working. So it took me like the battle major people. Like I did the 100 MC battles at Westchester College with Fat Man Scoop. I won it, you know what I'm saying? Major Figures, before they was Major Figures, used to come out here at the same time. That's when it was the Locks, and it was Jay-Z just signed Siegel into the Rock. So right then it was Yonkers and Philly popping at the time. So Philly cats was like, you know, 50 said the hardest come from Yonkers, so we're gonna go to Yonkers and see what we could do. We're gonna see where our skills is at. So they came up here and we battled in the front, you know what I mean? For a long time, Dutch, Spade, Gilly, Adlai, all of them, you know what I mean? The whole team. So, but it was always like when we battled, because they was destroying a couple of cats in different hoods. But when they landed here at 354 in front of the store, it was a problem. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know what I mean? With my man Stephen King, my brother Doug, God bless, you know what I'm saying, and myself, you know what I mean? We banged out that it was just like, you know, we was spitting for hours until niggas got to their last fucking first rhyme they ever wrote. That's how long niggas was battling. So then from there, you know, everybody just like, it was love. It was love. And every time we seen each other was love, you know what I mean? Then I see my man Dutch. It was happening one day, I was going to Little Kim house, and my man Dutch answered the door. He was like, yo, Bully. I'm like, Dutch. He's like, yo, what you doing there? Kim like, what the hell? Like, I know. Like, yeah, you know, sometimes it's a small world. You never know who you know what I mean? And it's just, you know, I've been, you know, building bridges with everybody ever since, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about grind. Like, you gotta really grind in this game. It's not easy as people think it is, you know what I'm saying? It's not, you know, just the strength of, some of it is just the strength of who you know, but then some of it is just like, you really gotta put your work in.
All that political bullshit, hell yeah.
It's a lot of political bullshit with everything, you know what I mean? Now it's a lot of bullshit with everything. The game right now is a watered down drink, you know what I mean? So it's definitely a lot of bullshit. Now it's definitely on like who you know and it's not even no more like who you know really. It's more of what's your YouTube? How many YouTube views you got on? How many Twitters you got? Which is bullshit to me. Like
you can fake that.
Yeah, you can fake that. People pay $25 to get 10,000 views and all. It's all fake. But the views don't do shit for you. Like really, like all right, what's that? That don't got nothing to do with you spit. Because a lot of people maybe they like the color you had on that day. You know what I mean? Maybe they just like the stupid shit you did. You know what I'm saying? That got you all these views that everybody just clicked on. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, all right, so what? What the views mean? That don't got nothing to do with your music. You can spit 1,000 bars. Where's the music?
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that you know what I mean? I don't have to be the top spitter. As long as I make great music. It's a difference between making great music and being a top spitter. I'd rather be making great music all day than have 1,000 bars. You feel me?
Of course.
1,000 bars don't do nothing, but it give you that credit, you know what I'm saying? But that's about it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they want to know what's going to pay their bills. You know what I mean? Is 1,000 bars going to pay your bill or just give you respect? You'd rather have good music, something they can sell, you know what I mean? All that shit. You know, down to the DJs doing, you know, DJs doing the payola shit now, you know. That's another like retarded thing, you know. Now these days to me, you know, no disrespect to none of the DJs, but it's just like, you know, I think they more of on pay me and I play your joint. Nobody want to break somebody, you know what I mean? Like
right.
Like Mr. Seabrook, you know what I mean? Bring somebody out. You never know what that person's gonna be in the long run. You feel me?
True.
That's all, you know.
I'm sure you know every block has got, you know, an artist and everything.
Yeah.
It swears that they're the best on that block, best in that city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So as much bullshit that is, you know, I personally feel like sometimes, you know what I mean? That's the way to weed through the bullshit. Like, how serious are you on your grind? You know what I mean? Me personally, if someone's good, I'll put them on.
Yeah.
But I got a lot of, you know, songs in my inbox that are terrible. Terrible.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't even belong rapping. You know what I mean? The game is fucked up right now. There's too many people trying to get in a small circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Some dudes just pick up a pen overnight and just
think they're doing it.
And you know, other people might like, yo, he's did it. Sometimes it's like this. It could go that way, it could go the other way. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But
I listen to everything I hear. You know what I mean?
At the same time, if you just a new dude who just picked up that pen overnight, and you think you're gonna come in the game talking that I pop, I kill, I stab, I shot, I did this, I got that, somebody's gonna pull your card.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's always somebody to pull your card to see how tough you are. Okay, bully say he's a bully. Let's test him. You know what I mean? You get somebody to try to test you or whatever, and it's like I said, it all goes by who you are. Because at the end of the day, I tell everybody, at the end of the day, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. It's about how you handle the situation as a man. You know what I mean? Or as a female rapper. You know what I mean? As long as you handle yours and stand your ground, maybe they just test you to see was you gonna say something smart back, or was you gonna like stand your ground and tell them, yo, what's up? Like, what's really good? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they be like, oh no, I just fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just to see if you real or not. Or see if you're gonna bitch up and run. Like, you know, some niggas get scared and boom, they like, yo, this bitch ass nigga. Then I told this nigga what's up. These niggas looked at me and ran to his room. Like, I just was saying what's up. Like, shit like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all.
So nobody ever called your name out, try to pull your card?
Nah, because, you know what I mean? Like, real recognize real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I be on the road and, like, we was on the road and I think we was in Providence, I think we was in Providence, like the hood area, and we was doing no security, so we was doing an in-store, so all the hood dudes came out, you know what I mean, show love, whatever, and it was hot in the store, so yeah, I get hot quick, and I'm too big, I need air, so I'm outside, you know what I mean, got my chain on and I'm chilling and all that, and you know what I'm saying, and the dude's like, yo, you actually hanging outside? I'm like, yeah, what the hell you think? It's hot, man. They're like, yo, most dudes come out with security. Most dudes, like, they ain't coming out or they in the car. I said, man, listen, if I'm hot, I'm hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted some air. It's a free country. You know what I mean? I tell them, and like I told them, yo, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And you know what the dude said? Yo, we respect you more. Just for saying that. Just that line just gave you more respect. That yo, I can fuck with this dude. He's a real dude. You know what I'm saying? So like they said, real recognize real at the end of the day. You know what I mean? They know if you're a coward. They know if you. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
I do what I do. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a question like if you could put like any producer together, right, with any two rappers out right now, who would you pick to do that song?
If I could pick two.
Anybody in the game.
Two what? Two rappers?
Two rappers, like you do a 16, other two rappers do a 16, and a producer, like your dream song that you could do right now. Like who's hot right now to you that you would do a track with?
I would. Most dudes would say Dre or somebody like this. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say that young dude that guy that nobody, you know what I mean, the underdog. I love the underdog. Cause you know what? That young underdog who's making beats, something crazy, bananas, who's that next Swiss, who's that another, but he never got that chance. I like to fuck with the underdog dudes because they're gonna give you their best work at hand. You know what I mean? Like my man Dazel, he makes shit right there on the spot, you know what I'm saying? And I get a lot of his good work. He gives me his best work, and when you get good beats, you just dump. So that's where good music come in, you know what I mean? And I got my man Dice Payne, you know what I mean, singing his ass off. He's incredible. He's incredible, you know what I mean? Then I got my man Be Easy, you know what I'm saying? He's another dude that's incredible coming home, and it wasn't no overnight joint with him either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, watch him grow up and, you know, spitting, and getting that dudes, you know what I mean? And look at him now, like, you know what I'm saying? I'll let you hear something in a minute.
Okay, we're gonna do that.
But yeah, but I would love to do a joint with R. Kelly. I would love to do a chick song with me, LL, and maybe like Drake on it, like, you know what I mean, talking some sexy shit to the chicks, you know what I mean?
Alright.
You know, if Big was alive, I'd love to have something with Big, you know what I'm saying? And have something with like Lil' Kim. I still respect her.
Okay.
She got great music. She's good, you know what I'm saying? That's all.
On a completely different subject, you know what I mean? We don't want to rehash anything, but I seen, you know, somebody asked me, they want to ask you like this whole J Hood situation. I seen that he reached out and, you know, he said that, you know, in some songs that he apologized, you know, he understands he was just young as a kid. Is that whole thing resolved? Is everybody cool now? Or is it just pushed to the side?
I pushed it to the side. I don't even see her, like, you know what I mean? I just, what's good, my G? I think for him, he could have went at it a better way, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's not good to burn bridges, and it's about how you handle the situation, you know what I mean? You know, if you want to leave, you just leave. You leave with respect. You know what I mean? You know, you tell them at the end of the day, no love lost.
Right.
And you just go about your business. You know what I mean? If they grant you the wishes to go freely, go ahead. You know what I mean? That's all.
Is that just coming from your point of view? Is that everybody?
From my point of view,
your point of view
with everything. You know.
Okay.
You know, as far as everything, if you want to leave, just don't burn your bridges, because you know what I'm saying. You never know. You might see a person again,
right? And
then you lose fans a certain way. If you can leave with respect, you know what I mean. You don't lose your fans. You know what I mean. They be like, well, all right, he left, but he didn't come out on, he didn't leave on no bullshit. He left because he still could fuck with niggas. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I'd rather still be able to fuck with niggas and leave, you know, gracefully.
Okay, that sound good.
Definitely.
Honest answer, right? Alright, so basically, man, you got what projects you got coming up? I know you mentioned it before, but you know, let's get that out there again so motherfuckers understand what's coming out, what they can look for.
Oh, Mixtape Bully with the Bully. Mixtape's coming out real soon. Real soon. We're about to put that together ASAP. You know what I mean? Road to Prediction, DJ On Point, DJ Casino. If you ain't get it now, you can go Dat Piff, Lazy K, Controversy Sales, From the Block to the Yard, Hell and Back, Scary Life DVD, you know what I mean? Big shout outs to everybody who helped me with all my projects and mixtapes and promoters and everybody, you know what I mean? You can find me on Twitter, real_bully at Twitter, you know what I mean? Follow me, I follow you back. It's none of that bullshit, you know what I mean? A lot of dudes just follow you and then they unfollow you. You know, just to build up their stats or whatever. But no, anybody who follow me, I follow back. They can tell you genuine. My Twitter account got hacked, so I had to start over. So I'm back to like 1,000 followers. You know what I mean? I'm actually following more people than they following me.
No.
I got like 1,700 people that's following me, and I got like, I mean, yeah, 1,700 is like maybe 1,800 that I'm following. So it evens out. It's real numbers. There's no bullshit. You know what I mean? I don't have 75,000 followers and all that shit. You know what I mean? But that's why I say I grind and I got the bully shirts and everything. You know. Let's work it.
Alright, most definitely. About to get some bars. I'm about to pause this shit. Give my arm a quick rest. We about to spit some bars. How's that?
Okay, definitely.